Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, thank you for coming to the channel. Drugs, habits, all these things that science has proven, and life without science has proven, will kill you before your time. Yet people persist with the addictions, with the cravings, with the desires, with the self-destruction. There's nothing more infantile, nothing more demoralizing, nothing more embarrassing, yet nothing more common than people who are destroying themselves on a daily basis. But not just themselves. They have no issue in taking somebody else with them. They'll share their wicked, evil habits with others. They'll encourage others to do it. They'll encourage others to join in the self-destructive festivities. They become addicted to demoralizing themselves, like fools who think they're wise. We live in an age of enablement. If it suits you, even if it's wrong, we'll help you do it. There's no confrontation anymore, at least in the most part. There's no self-respect anymore, given laziness, gluttony, all the habits that people take upon themselves to be a part of themselves. People claim diseases now as their own. Sorry, viewers. People claim mental health issues as their own. They own them. They belong to these individuals. And one of the things that we forget is the demoralizing way in which people see us. When we just don't look after ourselves. I don't understand how people can light a cigarette and then think the world owns them something, only to later in life see them sitting outside Casualty with a drip and all the rest of it, with all the latest technology that the country can offer in their hospitals, sitting outside the emergency doors or the casualty doors with the drip and everything there, having a smoke. They don't care about themselves. And this is the most infantile display of human behavior that there is. Dangerous people. I know, I grew up with the dirty, filthy ashtrays, watching these people kill themselves, watching these people die before their time, unwilling to stop, going to work just to enable their habits. Drink and smoke, drink and smoke. And God help us if it wasn't there, ready and waiting. It didn't take long for death to catch up with these people. And they'll make their excuses. Oh, I had this happen to me. I had that happen to me. And it all looks genuine on the surface. But if you look underneath the surface, these people are infantile and they want their habits. It's their way of escape from their lack of self-esteem, from their fears, from their doubts, from themselves. Life's got a way of turning on those who want to take it for granted. These ones that think that they know the way of being able to abuse themselves and live longer. Well, I ask you, what's the quality of life that you have? Yeah, that's what I thought. Not as expected. But there's no fear of the consequences. There's no fear of the illnesses, the diseases, the lack of health, the intrusion of these habits and substances on the mind, the brain damage, the mind damage, the trauma, the complex post-traumatic stress disorders that come with this kind of abuse. Why don't we just stand up and say no? Because it comes down to the individual. Too many parents today are allowing their children to follow in their footsteps. Their destructive, infantile, irresponsible, and unaccountable footsteps, like it's a game. It's like the Pied Piper leading people down the drain. And this is the parents doing this to their children. These children are becoming monsters. Horrible, selfish, narcissistic monsters who are like spoiled brats in a schoolyard at a preschool, throwing a tantrum in the sandpit, getting sand in their eyes and in their mouth, down their pants and clothes, rolling in the sand, chucking a tantrum, thinking that it's going to fix things. No, it's not going to fix things. You've been misled. Your parents have led you to believe that the tranquilizers, the tablets, the drugs, the cigarettes, even for your benefit. But they're not. They're for your destruction. So what age are we living in now? there has never been passed on from one generation to the next so many self-inflicting means of death than what there are today. If you haven't got a mental health issue today, you're almost regarded as not normal. People have become reliant on medicines, alcohol, nicotine, and any other drug they can find to meet their end, to meet their desire. And these people are monsters. They're the walking dead. Jesus said, let the dead bury their own dead. People that won't make the effort. They don't want to live. And I don't believe Jesus healed anybody that was deliberately hurting themselves. He just didn't do it. And why would he waste his time and God's power? Health, healing, the road to recovery only comes to those who are desperate, who really want to change, who know there is another way. The masses are happy just to go down the drain like rats in a bucket. Don't fall for the ideology of the devil. Do as thou wilt. No. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. And when you think about how self-confronting that is, let it be a power to you. Say to yourself, the kinder I am to myself, the kinder I am to others. Even if I don't do anything else except be kind to myself. To look after myself. Even if I don't do anything else. I'm loving my neighbor as myself. Don't pass death on to others. Don't. Because death will come when you least expect it. It always does. And it's coming. Jesus said, wide is the road that leads to destruction, and narrow is the way that leads to life. And he meant what he said. You either go with the masses, or you go with the minority to life. And I'm watching too many people die before their time, determined to stick with their dirty, filthy, horrible, idolized habits and passing them on to their children Just a century ago, they would have been hung. They would have been executed for the things that are going on out there today. People are getting away with murder in their behavior and habits. The Bible says, all we like sheep, how embarrassing, all we like sheep have gone astray. We've gone every one to our own way. You'd stop and reconsider what your values are. Just because you have no awareness of yourself doesn't mean people don't see through you. Addicts and alcoholics, to the sober-minded, stand out, no different to the sun at midday. It's all starting to close in on the alcoholics and the addicts. They're running out of places to hide. They're running out of excuses. And they're running out of sanity. The Bible says, let the wicked forsake their way. The unrighteous person, their thoughts, and let them return to the Lord and to our God, and He will abundantly pardon you. Not partially, abundantly. And that means He will heal you as well, but you've got to put down your vices. He'll pardon you, but your healing comes when you put down your vices. This is Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, Theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Bye for now.